Report is rolling. It is Monday, October 6th. We're on lesson 3-4 on page 157, solving quadratic equations by factoring. I'll briefly take you guys through that lesson. It looks actually pretty similar to one of the recent lessons last week. But here's what's going on the rest of the week. So on Alex, there's a lesson just for 3-4 and 3-5. So that's all we're doing this week. Just 3-4 and 3-5 is due Friday. Keep in mind also your Alex 30% pie goal is also due Friday. This last weekend, I did put in focus the grade for everybody who completed that already. Right? So about half of the students have gotten this by Saturday, so the grades in the grade book. Right? And so you're really keeping your eye on both of these. Okay, then Thursday, there's the PSAT going on. There is testing in this room. So if you were not taking the PSAT, then well, my first four classes are being relocated for that reason. There's the relocation list. Okay. If you are taking the PSAT, then I did also last week upload the Excel file to Google Classroom that shows exactly where all the students are testing. There's hundreds of students testing. Okay, so that's there. Right, so all the PSAT information is there. Right. All right, let's briefly look through this lesson. Okay, so do you guys remember this is called the factored form of, well, if it was y equals or f of x equals, then that would make a parabola shape, wouldn't it? Right? So this is this factored form where you can very quickly find the roots, right? Because if x is equal to p or if x is equal to q, either way, this whole thing zeroes out. Hence, that's where it would be crossing the x-axis if it's y equals, right? This a would be a vertical stretch factor, right? And a parabola. Right, so pretty much all the examples in this particular lesson have like what you might call like nice numbers where you can factor it. Now, some of them are a little challenging, so you might have to guess and check a little bit. But if you ever get stuck, remember you can always use the quadratic equation and very quickly find out what the answers would be anyway. It's like I don't know how to factor this or that. Just pop in the quadratic equation. I'll immediately tell you what the answers are. So we've done a number of those. Again, I have a full lesson uploaded to Google Classroom. Actually, I'll be playing that in the background. So if you want to watch it that way, or you can watch with earbuds, or we walk around, help you guys out. There's also, remember the last lesson we left off on involved imaginary numbers or complex numbers. So there are also some of those. Like for example, this example 7 here, x squared equals negative 144. That's going to have imaginary solutions. Right? Right. So yeah, so the full video lesson is on Google Classroom. You can watch that. I'll be rolling that in the background. If you want to pull up Alex and start working through these, you could because a lot of you guys probably know how to solve these already, so that's fine. Okay. Also, on Alex, so it'll tell you, it'll help guide you along and give you examples anyway. So there's, and I'll be walking around helping you guys out. So there are many, many ways to learn this, and a lot of you guys probably know how to do this already. So give you guys the time there. Tomorrow we'll do lesson 3-5. Okay, and then Wednesday will just be an Alex and catch up day, and then of course Thursday will be PSAT, and Friday's the end of the quarter.